Join us today as we will be sharing our RV shopping tips as we tour a few more of the RVs at the Big Tent Show in Quartzsite. Well, these are just a few more of the RVs that we went through when we were over at the tent, and the show doesn't start until the 20th, but they do have a lot of the RVs open for you to tour. And in these videos we just mainly show you the inside. We don't show you any of the options on the outside or any of the package options that come with the RVs. But in today's video we wanted to also discuss some of the things that we looked for when we were purchasing our RV. So we'll be right back after the intro. So here we have a display of Alliance and the Brinkley. It's got a Gen Y.
It is.
Let's go inside. I don't have a lot of battery left, but look at that big compartment. So this is the Brinkley toy hauler. This is a toy hauler. So where's the sink? Oh, the sink's in the back corner over there. So it has these drop down shelves. Got a black refrigerator, black appliances. And this, I'm sure, tilts down, so you have passage through there. If you don't want it to be a peninsula, it can be just an island. And then you have your TV here, and you can see they already have that slid out, that cabinet. And then around here, you got some cabinets going on. And just the 4 seats here, so it doesn't have a dinette. So you could always get some bar stools and use this to eat on. Then you have your garage in here. Man, look at the windows. I like those blinds.
Yeah, they're made in the window.
They're made in the windows. It's kind of dark in here, so. But these are made inside the window track.
Look here. Look here.
So they go up. Oh, they come down. So that slides down. And this one has a half bath.
What is this?
A Moride.
Well, I like that. See that?
I can't see it.
What are you buying one now? You can't see the other.
Oh, it's got rails instead of the netting.
It's got bars. Yeah.
Bars instead of the netting.
Get dirty.
So we've got a bunk area.
I don't know why we can't have one
up there that can also be used for storage. That's what we did when we had the Raptor. We've got a half bath here and it's dark, you can't see it, so I'll back up. Sorry about that. We can't turn the lights on in these things, so we just got to use the natural light. And
profile stove, have you?
Then here we go up stairs. We got a small bathroom, but they do have the new style of the framed walls. That's a big going thing now in the South, I know. The framed walls there, like Valerie has. You got it in here above the bed. The framed out wall section. You got the closet, and I'm sure that's washer and dryer hookup. No?
Well, I would think it could be. I don't see that.
Is there a hookup in the bottom?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, so you would put the washer in the bottom and stack the dryer on top.
Just like ours is.
Yeah. Closet there. You have a wardrobe there.
It's got to be a TV or something.
TV.
No.
TV's up here.
No, it's just a walk-in closet.
And the trim in this one is all the more modern trim that you see in new homes today. Like I said, you have the framed out walls, and then all of the trim work is just a flat trim.
Yeah, that's like,
Just a flat piece of trim.
that's just one buys.
Yeah, that's what they're using today. A lot of people are doing the framework. I guess, what is that what you call that?
What?
What do you call that? Where they trim the
Yeah, that's framework.
trim the walls out. So
This is the Geo. Let's see what this on.
there's no manufacturer's price in here, so not sure what they list for, but this was a Brinkley. We did a lot of footwork. We did a lot of looking. We went to some RV shows. We went to RV shows in Nashville. We went to the Tampa RV show.
We already had one though. When
We had our used one, yeah, when we went to Tampa. But we did do a lot of footwork and trying to decide exactly what we wanted when we were looking for our fifth wheel. And I knew what I wanted on the inside, but Ricky knew what options he wanted for the outside. But so when we found the Raptor, we decided to go ahead and purchase a used RV because we didn't know if we were going to like this RV life because we'd never RV'd before.
Actually, we were planning on doing it, but I saw the truck we have, and anyway, it was a consignment deal, truck and the trailer, and anyway, went in the trailer or coach or whatever you want to call it, and it was a 15, but it had been very well taken care of, and so we just bought the truck and the trailer together.
When we purchased the used Raptor, there were a few things that we wanted to add to it, and that's just like these new ones out there. If you purchase a new one, there might be some things that are not on it when you purchase it that you want to add to it to make it better for you. And it's all, it's whatever's in your budget.
Budget and what you're going to use it for, and what you're planning on doing. If anybody knows anything about me, I do research after research after research on something, and that's what we had done. So we had saw some things, and
so I've got a list so we don't forget anything. Yeah. Some of the first things that we added the MORRIDE steps.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like those, but I like the stationary steps at the door, at the back door. We don't have them because that takes up room in the coach.
Right. Some other things that we added
was a Gen Y hitch. I had done research on that, and quite honestly, I'm still thinking about putting that on ours right now. I just believe it's a tremendous product, and it made all the difference in the world in how the Raptor with a stationary hitch worked.
Yeah. Of course, if you haven't been watching our videos, if you're new to our channel, we did trade, or we sold the Raptor and we purchased the DRV Full House. So we'll tell you a little bit about that, but I just wanted to update you on what we're doing. So another thing we added was the washer and dryer. We did the Splendid, and it was perfect. It was a small size, but it was perfect for the two of us.
It worked.
Some other things we added
was the tankless hot water heater. The one we have in this is the Truma, the Gilead that I believe is what we put in the Raptor. But, we like that, and, so we chose to do that on this one, on the Truma.
We did have the Raptor for almost 2 years.
Yeah, close.
Yeah, We traveled in it over a year.
Yeah,
so.
but we didn't travel full time in it, but a winter.
We did upgrade the tires,
Yes.
mainly because the tires that came on it were outdated.
They were dated, you know. Everybody says 5 years. Of course, she believes everything that she reads on the internet and hears on the internet. But most say that. So yeah, they weren't checked or anything, but we still changed them. And actually, as well on that, I put a little bit upgraded the size of the tire.
We added the keyless door locks.
Yeah.
We purchased a new love seat recliner.
Yeah, that I ought to have in this one that I don't.
And we also put our curved TV that we had in our house.
Don't even get me started
in
on
there.
that. Yeah.
But those are just some things that we did. If you're thinking about purchasing a used RV, there's lots of upgrades that you can do to make it better for you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's kind of, well, it is a home. I mean, you're like a home. You're limited on some things, but the one thing, and I had a very lengthy conversation with a good friend of ours the other day, but in a coach, it's, you know, at least with a fifth wheel, it's all about weight. So, you know, if you make a lot of changes, it's possible to be adding weight to it.
Even if you add bigger tires, you're adding extra weight.
Everything does.
Yeah. But just like those new RVs out there, there's things that you can do to upgrade them. And some of the things that actually we were looking for when we got the DRV, what are some things that you wanted that we didn't have on the Raptor? We were looking, this was after we had traveled a year, we decided this is what we want to do. We want to full time on the road. And so we knew the Raptor wasn't insulated well.
Well,
the walls were not as thick.
The walls were not as thick. I won't say not well, but I mean the walls are not as thick as the DRV is.
Yeah.
There are a lot of other companies out there now that have 3 1/4 inch walls in them as well.
The frame of the DRV is supposed to be better than what we had.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of you have the dual pane windows, and we learned something when we went to the DRV rally, when we went through the factory tour. You can have the thermal pane window, but if those windows are inserted on the aluminum frame, you can still get condensation in there. So what DRV does, they put wood around that window
in the frame, and then set it in it.
And the actual window is sitting on wood instead of the metal.
I do believe that makes a difference, even with the, you know, you can have a thermal pane, but I mean, it just makes sense if it's on the aluminum that it's going to draw moisture.
Yeah. And our heating and air, we have the furnace, and then of course our air conditioning is duct throughout the living space. Yes. So we, in the Raptor, we just had the individual air conditioner in the kitchen and one in the bedroom. Yes. But these are actually duct.
And in the garage as well.
So it's quieter.
Yeah.
A lot quieter.
It's quieter, and we have 2 heat pumps on this one.
And I wanted a larger kitchen with full-size appliances. And also got a large washer and dryer. Mm-hmm. That's the size of the one I had in our home.
Yeah, this one is capable of doing a 220 dryer, which I do. I mean, obviously, you know, you got 220 versus 110, but it should take half the time to get it dried.
And then some things on the outside. You wanted the full body paint, which ours is not considered full body because our slides are not painted.
It's still full body paint. The ends are painted.
They're painted.
The paint just doesn't carry through.
The stripe.
The stripes just don't carry through.
So we got the full body paint, and on the Raptor we had gel coat, which
Rickey worked with it because it built up so much oxidation. It was just so hard to keep that oxidation off.
Yeah,
and get that shine that you wanted.
Yeah, to keep the shine that I wanted. Now, I will say that I've seen some guys that theirs looks really great and kept it up. But I think the Raptor looked like one side got a lot more of the sun than the other side did.
So the owner before us,
yeah, and it
maybe
made it a little more difficult for that. So I'm just going to tell you things. I don't know what she's got wrote down here. Two things that I said if we buy a new one's going to help. One is full body paint. Two is the MoRide independent suspension. And we went to Tampa, and when we were at Tampa, they told me that at that time, you could not get the IS suspension put on a full house toy hauler. And so that, I wasn't happy with that. So it caused me to look, and I'll say this, when we went to Rolling Retreats and we sat down and talked with Alicia, I said, they tell me that I can't get IS independent suspension. She said, oh yeah, I can get it. I said, okay, so if you can get it, then, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I was not, I was not going to buy a new rig that didn't have it on it.
We had, even before we were looking at the DRV, we had gone to a dealer and we were looking at a Grand Design toy hauler, and we were going to order. So if you go to a show or you go to a lot, you see something that you like the inside, maybe everything on the outside is not exactly what you want to purchase. It just depends on your budget. So we had looked at the Grand Design, and we came real close to ordering one.
Yes,
we were going to get we were going to get the full body paint as an added option. We were going to get independent suspension.
Yes.
So you can add all those things. So you're not just strapped to what's on their lot.
Yeah, but let me back up as far as the IS suspension. You can go to the factory
and get it.
And have it put on, whether you can get it from the dealership or not.
But then we purchased the DRV, and there's also been some things that we've added to the DRV to make it more full-time living and better for us, because we plan on keeping it quite a while.
It's choices that we, like any, it's choices that we made.
And when we ordered, I was a little confused. I thought...
She was a whole lot confused.
So she asked if we wanted the heat pumps. So we said, yes, we want the heat pumps. Well, I thought we were getting what they said was cheap heat, which that's two different things. The heat pumps are on our air conditioning system that is vented through the ceiling.
Yes.
We went back and had Rolling Retreats add the cheap heat. So, like I said, I was a little bit confused in the cheap heat thing, so we didn't order it.
I tried to tell her, but she didn't
We
listen
didn't
to
order
me.
it, which they wouldn't have put it in the factory anyway. This was something that Rolling Retreats would have added.
But what my understanding, and there again, it's from, I can be corrected, but they put a bigger plantum on the furnace, which makes it's capable of doing either electric or propane. And I'm just going to give this as a very quick example. My neighbor right here beside us, he's got a JX450.
He doesn't have cheap heat.
He doesn't have cheap heat. And it depends on what you want to do. Propane here's $3.09 a gallon. But we talk. I mean, we've become very good friends. So I told him what my electric bill was, and we use the cheap heat versus the propane, because you can call me lazy or whatever. I just don't like to be running up there. But this last time,
to fill up the propane,
he has filled his propane bottle 3 times during the same process of time that we use the cheap heat. And it was a little cheaper than the cheap heat, but
we're paying 22 cents a kilowatt here for electric.
Yeah, but I'm not having to take the tank off, put it on the trike, go up there and have it filled. I mean, it ain't that big a deal, but it's just a process. So I'd just rather go ahead and pay for the cheap heat. And it comes out the floor. You know, the heat pumps work but it comes out the floor. Everything's just better in my opinion.
But here we're paying monthly, so we're having to pay our own electricity.
On electric.
When we go to RV parks, maybe we're just there for a week. If we need a little heat, we run the cheap heat using electricity because we're not having to pay for extra.
Yeah, and even the fireplace. It just depends on how cool it is, but you know. It's been down around 32s and 34s and 40s in the morning, which is cool enough to have some heat, at least for us.
So on our DRV, we have added the cheap heat. We upgraded the tires.
Well, we've recently done that.
We ran the tires for a year.
Yeah, a little over a year. And here again, I'm not going to get into that issue. That's a personal preference. I got friends that's been running Goodyears forever, and got others that, you know, and if you know anything about RVing, or most especially in the DRV world, between the Goodyears, you know, and well,
we got the Continentals.
We put the Continentals on. We went from an H-rated tar to a J-rated tar, which is, you know, some would say overkill for the trailer, but you know, and that's a whole nother mindset. But you can run less air pressure in the tars due to the fact that they are heavier rated tars.
We also upgraded to the
we changed the bearings to the Timken bearings. Right now, I am. She's not necessarily. And this is another source of controversy with some, but I got some friends that's running oil bath in their rig, and I'm thinking about doing it. I mean, either one works as long as you take care of it. There's nothing infallible as far as equipment, you know. So that's just another thing that we're talking about.
And we also added the Flex Armor roof.
We did, you know, and there again, I got another friend said, hey, your roof's guaranteed, I think, for 12 years. And why you want to do that? Well, I think I've said it in past videos, I'll say it again. In my research, even before we ever bought the used Raptor, I found FlexArm. There's other companies that are similar, but they're not FlexArm. And I just think it's a wise investment for a lot of reasons. You know, they talk about hail and all that. And I think Denise will concur with me. We were actually in Arizona last summer when, you know, I looked across on the outside thermometer and it was pegged out over 120. Our air conditioners, of course we have 3, but they were cutting off and, you know, not just consistently running. It's just, and you know, for me, it's a very expensive upgrade. And if we were, I'll just say this, and some people can afford it and it's all good. It's, you know, it's just up to you. But if we were going to trade every 2 or 3 years or something, I might not do it. But that's not our plan. And anyway.
So just wanted to kind of go over all this stuff with you to let you know that if you buy used or if you buy a new unit, you can always add extra things that the factory does not put on them to make them better for you.
Yeah, well, even, you know, I'm looking at the furniture. You can choose to order a rig without any furniture. Put your own furniture in it from day one. We chose, and Alicia, when you watch this, if you do, you told me that I needed to do that. I said, well, we're just going to keep it a while and see what it does. Well, obviously it done what you said, especially on my side. That's all I'm going to say.
He wore out the cushions.
I wore out the cushions. But anyway, we since have upgraded that as well. But we put a home piece of furniture in here. instead of an RV. I'm not saying RVs are bad, but it's just
You don't have to go to an RV
you don't have to go to an RV
furniture purchase.
store.
Yeah.
But
You just need to do your measurements and do them good.
Yeah.
Be precise on the measurements.
Well, especially like when we pull the slides in, we have to push it in to be able to close it when the slides comes in.
Well, we pull it off the slide just a little bit so
so I can lay down.
Yeah.
No, actually, so she can lay down.
But it's just all within your budget and how much you want to invest in a unit. If you want to buy top of the line and go with everything top of the line and get it all when you order it, or like I said, if you want to add things later. And some of the things that we added, the three things that we added to this one, the major things, the Flex Armor roof, the cheap heat, and the better rated tires, all that does not come from the factory.
No.
So those are things that we upgraded ourselves.
And no tires are cheap, but them Continental tires are expensive. But I'm going to go back to choices. It's choices in life and everything we make. We made the choice to hopefully make it better. And that's why we made the investment to do the Flex Armor roof, do the bearings. I was a maintenance man for 30 plus years in the quarry, worked almost 40 years in the quarry. But preventive maintenance is the best maintenance that you can do, and we're just trying to do some things to prevent. And it's like anything else. You can buy. Let me tell you something. You can buy the best that's out there, but if you don't take care of it, especially in one of these things, it's gonna be broke. You're gonna have seals bad. I'm not saying that. I just had to. We had some issues when we got here. I mean, some of these roads out here are just absolutely killers.
We're rolling.
And no matter if you got IS suspension and you got a, they call them comfort ride, I call them air suspension hitch in the truck. I don't care what you got. We just had sawdust come out of places that we've had this for over 2 years.
But that was when we did not have the trike in the back.
We have surmised that. I don't know that that's the case. We had a cross on the wall that fell off, and the only time we never taken, but I did go across a railroad track that was a railroad track.
Back up when we went to the HDT rally in Kansas, we were in Tennessee at our son's house. We went to Kansas. We were coming back to his house, so we didn't think that we would need the
Well, we didn't ride the years before. We didn't hardly ride the trike at all.
So we traveled without the trike in the garage, and we had more bouncing going on.
That's what we're believing, and I'm hoping that's the case. But like I said, that's saying you can have the best. I mean, there's some $1.5 million coaches here in this park, and you know me, I talk to most anybody who talk back. They got issues. So this is my last part. This is, you know, most time I don't talk on these things, but this kind of stuff, this is my world now, because this is our home. But you can buy the best that is out there, and there's still going to be issues because they're handmade.
Or you can buy cheaper and add things as you go along.
Yeah, you know.
So there's several different options that you have. So we just wanted to go over with you some of the things that we did when we were looking, when we were purchasing.
She's trying to hurry me up, but I'm going to say this too. Most of the time, not always, but it's always cheaper if you can get it originally to put it on than to come back and do it later, because you got more labor costs, you got more things that's just involved, and it can be more expensive.
Right. Right now we're going to go and walk around in some more rigs, and these are of course the Brinkleys, and I think we went in another Montana. So we just hope you enjoy today's video. Montana. It's a 3941 FO front office. So let's go check that out. So we come in, We have probably controls here. And then up this way, we're going to go into the living area. So we have recliners and 2 couches that I'm sure both of those probably make a bed. And then your TV with a shiplap look around it. And back here is that front office. So we have a window here. And then you got your big window there. So you could work in here if you work from home again. And that's not a window, that's just a board. So if you work from home, this would be ideal for you. Neat little office with your desk area and the large window. So you could back up to the lake or back up to the mountains like we are right now. And you'd have a beautiful view as you worked. So you have some cabinet space in here for your office. And here in the office you have the barn door, sliding door. So then you're here in the living room. So then we step down to the kitchen, and it has a big kitchen. The only thing that this one doesn't have an island. So it actually seems like the kitchen is rather large because there's no island in the middle. So you can see your appliances. You have a big pantry area with 3 separate entry doors to your pantry. And I like the hardware on the doors. And then your sink is there with more cabinet space. And I'm sure these countertop pieces pull out. I think they have them locked for travel. But there's your dinette space. And it has the flooring instead of the carpet. And then back this direction we go up to our bathroom. Same color cabinets in the bathroom. You have a cabinet by the mirror, which that's pretty nice. So you don't have just that cabinet. You have this beside the mirror. I really like that. And then you have more space at the bottom. And then mostly all of them that I've been in have this new rain shower. So really like that. It doesn't have the deep step-in tub, shower tub. It's dark back here, so probably not going to be able to get a good view of the bedroom, but here's the bedroom. You have a TV that direction. You can see the bed with the daylight coming through. And again, the bedroom has the sliding barn door. So those are really getting popular in all of the units. And then here you have, I'm sure, probably washer and dryer hookup. So if you wanted a washer and dryer, I know it's dark, but that's the washer and dryer area. Very light colored walls. And I really like the column that's up there when you first come in. You have ceiling fan in the kitchen. Of course, it's not tall enough for a ceiling fan in the living room, so but we do have a ceiling fan in the kitchen. And I like the side valance that's on these. I may one day make me some of those. Montana 381 TB.
Figure it out.
Top bedroom?
2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms. One
Okay.
in the front, one in the back.
2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms.
All right.
2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms.
So it's got the French door refrigerator, island in the center, your dinette,
You have a loft.
and you have 2 recliners. So this is all the seating. It's like ours.
Mm-hmm.
Just 2
Yep.
recliners. You have a loft area. See, we used our loft in our Raptor as a storage. But we had to put a ladder up there. We didn't have a ladder built in. The kitchen's pretty big.
Yeah, the kitchen's very nice.
And then here's a bedroom. And it's sunk. The bedroom is sunk with a bathroom back here.
Yep.
And a door in the very back.
Yep. And there's hanging rods in the top closet.
Well, see, this is neat because when the men are out working, they could come in here and go to the bathroom and they wouldn't have to come through the house.
Correct. Or even if you had company.
Yeah. Or kids. This is a full bathroom.
Yep. And there's nice size like clothes
Yep.
storage in here, and this one has a rack too.
So like a his and hers. And that's a full-size bed, probably.
Yeah, at least.
Uh-huh. So it's got slides. It's got one slide. One slide in here, the bed
The
slide.
bed, yeah. Nice window up there in the loft, though.
Uh-huh. It brings in a lot of light. There's a window on both sides.
Is that? Oh, yeah, there
Yeah,
is.
so it brings in a lot of light.
Now, see, this one has a space for the washer.
Yeah. Again, the bedrooms
Away
are,
from the closet.
these bedrooms are a little plain. There's no TV in them.
No.
But we hardly ever use our TV in our bedroom.
We don't anymore. We use the one in our Cedar Creek one.
And they don't pocket the bathroom doors.
Mm-mm.
So the
The
bathroom
wall's not
door,
big enough to pocket it, though.
the bathroom door hits the vanity.
It does.
I noticed that in the other one. They have a piece of styrofoam down there at the bottom on the floor to
Stop
keep it
it.
from hitting. Yeah. But this is different.
Mm-hmm. Very different. Ample sleeping.
Was there a
but you
TV in there?
don't- No. And I don't know that there's
Not enough room for one.
not with that window. Unless the only way you would be able to do it is if you put a bracket to where it
Yeah.
would flip up.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's a plug.
That's probably what, yeah, you'd have to flip it up. But you've got your bedroom space and bathroom, 2 bathrooms, but you don't have
Right.
seating area in the living room. How much does it list for?
107.
107
Mm-hmm.
is what the manufacturer's price is?
Yeah, but if you notice, there's no TVs in here. And you see, all of that is going to add
Yeah.
to that.
You just have the one
You just
TV.
have the one up there. And I'm sure there's
And your
probably-
appliances are small. You have a small
See, and
RV oven.
There's a connection up there
For a
to put
TV.
one up there. So I mean, that's three more TVs.
Well, they keep the price down by not
Yeah.
adding those, and
Well, and it allows you to buy what you want. If,
yeah,
you know, you choose to put one in.
right.
I'd just like to say this. You've heard me say it before. We've actually done a couple videos on it. To me, other than your floor plan, the rig that you want, when you find that one, your dealer can make or break how you feel about your rig. I'm going to say this, and we say at home, hats off. My hat's off to Rolling Retreats. I've been more than pleased with the way we've been handled. and the way that we've been taken care of. And you know, it may take a while, but if I got a question, I can call. It might take them a while to get back. Hey, they got a business. I get it. But the process, and it's not necessarily the process to me, it's more after the process. It's more after you get it. Because if you don't get a good PDI, it can just be a nightmare. And I'm gonna, I don't want to worry about it. But my neighbors over here, he just strictly bought it off the lot. And basically, and not that he's had major issues, but he's had some issues that we haven't had, simply because our dealer knows. Me and Denise were having this discussion last night, and to me, one of the things for DRV and rolling retreats is that's all they deal in. They you know, it's not like they've got 4 or 5 different products on the lot to deal with. They deal with DRVs, and they made that choice, and to me it's a very wise choice. But all that being said, I'm very pleased with our dealer, and just become friends. I mean, they're friends. It's a business, but they're friends. So you know, you may have to drive. We drove. I mean, there's a DRV dealer in Tennessee that's rated very well, but we'd heard about rolling retreats, and we drove from Tennessee to Oklahoma to get it. And I will say today that I'm very pleased that we done that.
Good customer service is worth everything.
Oh, absolutely. You know, like I say, you know, of course, you know, I'm tilted sometimes in some of the thought process that I have, but I'm very pleased, and I'm going to reiterate, we haven't had some of the horror stories that we've heard from a lot, and you know, and I'm, you know, like I say, if you know me, I walk around the park. I've been walking 9 or 10 miles a day in this park, and I talk to a lot of people, and I'll say this, my last quit again is you don't have to talk to somebody or be around somebody very long. If you will listen, you'll find out what's going on, most especially one of these rigs. And so there again, I'm very happy.
We've heard some horror stories.
Yes, absolutely.
So like you said, who you purchase from is very important.
Vitally important.
And their customer service,
yes,
at Rolling Retreats has been excellent.
For us, yes.
So we just want to thank all of you for following us along on our journey, and we hope that something we can give you today will help you in your decision making for you if you're looking at purchasing. And as Rickey and I are soaring together and living life in different places.
Arizona, Quartzsite.
Thanks for watching.